These are the masters of speed. This is Formula One.
So, welcome back, guys. We are at Monza. You know what it's like, the Temple of Speed. Monza is an amazing circuit, really fast. It's really difficult as well to get the grips of. So, with this being a high-speed circuit, you're going to need low wings. This is what I've gone with. And yeah, to try it out, see what it does for you. So I've gone with 10 on the front wing and I've gone with 5 on the rear. Now this really helps for me. Really works for me. If it doesn't work for you, by all means, take the front wing up and take the rear wing down. There's no dramas with running that. Remember though, the more rear wing you add to the car, the more drag you have. I need some stability going through the Ascari chicane. So, yeah, this is what I've gone with, and I really hope it helps. On to the transmission. This is what I've gone with on that. 60% on, 45% off, and I've gone with 100 engine braking. The reason why I've gone so high on the engine braking, there aren't very many heavy braking zones. You've got turn 1, really. Turn 1 is a heavy braking zone, and everywhere else is just flat out, pretty much. Obviously, you've got the second chicane, or the first chicane, but still, that is not that bad compared to turn 1. Onto the suspension geometry then, and yeah, I've said this many times, there's just no point of it being in the game. I honestly hope the handling model would have fixed it, but nah. Even when you play with the rear camber, the rear toe, it does not stop wheel spin. It does not help with grip. It just doesn't work. Just doesn't work. And to be honest, I'm not surprised. Onto the suspension, and this is what I've gone with. I've gone with a front of 41 and a rear suspension of 2. If you find that you are losing the back end a little bit on corner exit, take it up to 6, no dramas at all. But for the case of this setup, this really helped me. You might feel that you need a little bit more stiffness in the rear, but that's fine. Just take it up a little bit. Gone with really stiff, really firm anti-roll bars. So I've gone with 21 on the front, and I've gone with 20 on the rear. I was running 21-21, but I found that just taking it down a click really helped me. But again, change it if you need less if I can get my words out. If you need less rear stability, take it down by all means. This is your setup. The more you chop and change this setup to suit you guys, the better it will become, because it will be more set up for you. Remember, if you make a mistake, that's okay. Just revert and then go again. So front ride height of 22. You could take this up a little bit more, simply because the chicane, the first chicane, yeah, track names, track numbers are irrelevant to me. My brain just does not keep that information. But 22 seemed to work really well. Like I said, the only one that you need to be worried about is that chicane. I've gone with the rear ride height at 60. And again, like I've said in every other video, if you feel that you're bleeding too much speed down the main straight, it is either A, your rear wing is too high, or B, your rear ride height is too high. Remember, if you imagine a car like that, obviously 22 to 60, the angle on the car is going to be like this, and the less ride height you put on it, the more the car will come up. But obviously when the car is in this angle, you're adding more drag to the car. So if you're bleeding too much speed down the straight, take this down. Wouldn't recommend going any lower than 56, simply because of that chicane, and nobody wants to bottom out over that. Onto the brakes, I've gone with 100% brake pressure. But again, if you are feeling that you're locking up too much, or there's too much pressure, just take it down to about 98, 97, 98. Don't go any lower than 95. You'll have trouble stopping the car. And then for this, I found that I was locking the rears quite a lot into turn 1. Obviously, it's a very heavy braking zone. Got to brake around about 120 meters. And again, I'm only speaking to those that don't use ABS. So yeah, I found I was locking the rears quite a lot into turn 1. So I found that 57% helped me. But remember, the further you go forward, the more load it puts to the tyres. Then you obviously run the risk of increased front tyre wear. But yeah, tyre wear is an all new other ball game, because they just simply don't work. Onto the tyre pressures then, and shock is pretty much max tyre pressures. I've said this, I've gone into length about how I feel they're broken, how 3 tyres seem connected to the car and 1 doesn't. Yeah, it's bizarre. It is bizarre. The traction zones aren't very good around there either, so you just need to be mindful, especially coming out of the first chicane, going into Lesmo 1, coming out of Lesmo 2, and then obviously you need to go careful through Ascari. But yeah, apart from that, this has been Monza. I really hope it helps. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and yeah guys, you take care. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.